professional organizer, and I am sitting down this afternoon with a cup of tea to answer a question that one of the people who follows this channel asked me. This question is, how do you store Tupperware and lids? And this one is actually a really big challenge for a lot of people because it seems like you'll just have this drawer, this cabinet that's this giant jumble of containers and lids, and it's annoying every time you want to go grab something to store some food in. So I totally get why you asked, and I am happy to answer this question. So the first step is to take everything out, make sure it's all clean so that you know what you're working with, and go through and sort it. Basics, make sure there's a lid for every container. Tupperware is supposed to protect food, right? So there's kind of no point in having a container if there's no lid that matches it. And you want to make sure that each and every one of those containers is something that you actually use, that it has a purpose for you. And this even goes so far as to say, is it sort of not your favorite one? Because weirdly, even with things like Tupperware, we all have our favorites. And we tend to go to those more often. It's kind of like if you have 6 pairs of jeans, but you only seem to wear one. It's that kind of vibe. And I see that a lot, even with things like Tupperware that are relatively boring and you would think that they're only functional. And also think too about the realistic quantity of Tupperware, of food storage that you need in your life. So how much do you produce of leftovers? How many people are you cooking for? Do you get takeout a lot? Do you do a lot of food prep? Do you batch cook? These are all things that would help me as your organizer understand how much Tupperware you need and what sizes. So it's really important, first of all, to make sure that the collection that you have is what serves you. That's step number 1. Do that first. Second of all, there are a few different ways to store it, and the way you'll store it depends on how much you have, what you use things for, and how often you use them, and also what kind of space you have. So if you are lucky enough to have a nice deep kitchen drawer that you can put Tupperware in, that can be great because then you can look down into it and see everything. And what I like to do, especially for deep drawer storage, is to sort of stack the containers inside each other as they do. Most types of Tupperware will stack neatly. And then use containers to slot the lids in by size. Now, there are specific Tupperware storage containers for drawers available in the world, and they are great, but you can also copy it with just a really simple drawer divider and just sort by size and type. That's a great go-to. If you're dealing with a cabinet instead of a drawer, you can do the same thing. You can separate out the containers and the lids and sort of stack them by size. But if you have the space, I actually like putting a lid on each container and stacking them whole. That way, when you go to open that cabinet and pull out that piece, you get both the lid and the container in one go instead of having to fish for the container and fish for the lid. But again, it depends on how you think about things. If the idea of stacking up containers that way gives you hives, then that means that you need to separate your lids and containers, and that's totally fine. So unfortunately, as with many things organizing related, there is no one-size-fits-all solution. However, there are sort of these concepts that you can apply to analyzing what you have, making sure that everything serves you, and then storing it in a way that makes sense for you and your lifestyle. And I would think about where you put it in your kitchen too, in terms of how often you tend to use food storage containers. If you're using them often, put them somewhere super convenient, preferably near the dishwasher because they're going to be in and out of the dishwasher or the sink all the time. And if you're using this kind of stuff less often, maybe only on special occasions when you cook a big meal, then maybe you want to put them somewhere more out of the way because you need that real estate for something that's more important. So those are my thoughts on how do I organize Tupperware and lids. Thank you for the question. If you have any other organizing related questions, I would love to answer them. Drop them in the comments below, and I will definitely get to those. I'll either make a video or just write you back real quick. And if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and check out a bunch of other videos I have that answer frequently asked questions I get as a professional organizer. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.